Hello, welcome to the penthouse. My friends and I have come to the conclusion that lots of people call me Bridget Jones anyway, but the entrance to my flat actually is identical to Bridget Jones's entrance and hers is on the top floor, just like mine. So here it is. So this is like my little kitchen. I have an open kitchen diner, kind of sitting area, which I really like because obviously living in London, the flats aren't the biggest, so you have to really maximize the space. Right, before we start, I do need a cup of tea. So I hide the sugar from myself because it's not good for the ass. So, oh gosh, how exciting. I've been wanting to do this house tour for so long. However, I kind of had to do it on a day that it wasn't like Stig of the Dumps kind of house in here. And today was good because my cleaner came yesterday. So it's been quite hard for me to keep it all in check for 24 hours. So look, I've got my gorgeous little Emma Bridgewater mugs. I'm such a big fan of her. And literally everything I have is Emma Bridgewater. Or if I can't afford it, I get similar ones that look like they're Emma Bridgewater, but actually they're not. Because I've got guests today, I'm using my Fortnum & Mason's Royal Blend Tea. I'm really putting out all the stops because normally it's PG tips, so I hope you feel very special. There's a bit of a kind of cock-themed thing, and I'm not being dirty, it really is. I just like anything with cocks, chickens, pheasants, anything that's a bit country, because, you know, at heart, I am a country girl who grew up in Devon. However, I do feel like London is my home now, but my old flat was so tiny, and I kind of just outgrew it, but I found it really hard moving out. But I just needed just a little junk room, like a spare room, because I do have a lot of stuff. For someone of my age, I really have accumulated a ridiculous amount of items. It's not even just clothes and shoes, it's just general rubbish that I just can't bear to get rid of. I'm a bit embarrassed. I've got my leftover takeout last night, and before you walked in the front door, I was ramming in the leftover prawn toast. So I'm glad you missed that. This is where a lot of my entertaining and dancing goes on. And I've got all my bits and bobs out because I'm having a dinner party this evening. And I like everything to be really pretty. And I buy all of these little bits. They're so silly and they don't really work properly, but I think they're so lovely just to put on the table. So I'm gonna lay the table in a bit. And I buy most of those from Anthropologie. Actually, everything on here is from Anthropologie. I mean, how extra is that? But I love all my little trinkets, and I think it's part of growing up where like you start collecting stuff. So yeah, it's the start of my little collection. My fruit bowl. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very good with eating my fruit and vegetables, so this is my little touch. But I say that it's good for you because I read somewhere that if you have 2 squares of dark chocolate a day, it makes you live longer, so. And then I always try and have a little water bottle around because, again, I'm not very good at drinking my water. And I actually did Stand Up to Cancer, Bake Off, and Celebrity Call Centre, and they gave me this. And it's such a game changer because I just leave it around, have a little bit of water, and on with my day. And here is my Roberts radio. I mean, this is like the epicenter of my kind of day around my flat. I'll probably start off like, if I'm feeling a bit hungover, which happens, you know, on occasion I'm partial to a glass of wine. I put on classical FM because it just like calms me. And then as the day moves on, I'll probably be feeling a bit guilty and I want to kind of broaden my horizons a bit, so I'll tune into Radio 4, and I love Whitman's Hour. And then later on I stick on a bit of Magic or Heart. That radio just reminds me of my grandparents, and I think, you know, fine, you can do it through the telly, but there's nothing better than tuning it in and blaring it out. So yeah, anyway, so that's my kitchen. I'm gonna do another video where you go through my fridge, because I've been away so much with work. I haven't actually got all my normal bits and bobs in. I'm like slightly embarrassed at what I've got in there. I mean, it's leftover Chinese, lots of ketchup and mayonnaise, not much else, but I mean, I've got the basics. Now that I've become this like YouTuber, I seem to have this situation lingering behind me. And I know I should put them away, but it's such a faff getting them in and out. So, hey, I just leave them out. But yeah, and then this is my sitting room. And I am so thrilled that when I moved in, like I was given so much storage. I mean, even my coffee table has storage in the middle. I think a coffee table is one of the most important things because it's kind of like where everything happens, and I like everything to look really pretty. So, and I keep all of my Sunday papers out because sometimes you just don't have time on a Sunday because it's meant to be my day of rest, but I still want to read them, so I keep them all week and then I change them every Sunday. The coffee table, I think my coffee table is super cute. These ashtrays. I mean, they are probably worth more than all my possessions in the flat put together, but I just thought, A, they're an investment, and B, they're so pretty. So this is an Hermes one, and this is a Versace one, and they are never, ever allowed to be used. It's like one of those useless things that you spend loads of money on. No one is allowed to ash in them ever or smoke in my house. I'm such a big fan of candles. My smell that I love so much is Mystique. I love it, and it's an island that I'd really like to go to. If I'm being completely honest with you, it depends who's over in the flat as to what candles get lit. Because if it's just like one of my best friends, I go for like one of my like cheaper ones like this, and I save the really, really nice ones for, you know, if I'm entertaining a beau or something and I'm like, I've got to pull out all the stops. Oh, my friend's going to be really offended when they get the old rinky-dink ones. I keep everything in memory boxes, and that's where lots of this stuff is, amongst other cushions and rubbish. I found this note that my mum wrote to me. Georgia, please listen. Clean the car, sort out student finance, text your auntie, don't smoke, don't swear on Made in Chelsea, put some weight on. Love you, mama. I've smashed all of it. Like, I've literally completed that to-do list. But I thought it was so funny. But yeah, stupid things like that where you don't, at the time, you know, my mum telling me not to swear on Made in Chelsea, it just seems so stupid. But for me now, like, maybe one day if I have children, like, it's a funny, funny note. So now we're on to the vinyl. This was a present, a birthday present from my glorious assistant, Andrea, and she is so, so thoughtful. And back in the day, I started when I was about 13 collecting LPs, and I just haven't had a record player, and all my LPs are still at home in Devon, and she just pulled it out the bag and bought me this for my birthday. Not only did I get Ava Greatest Hits, I got a proper record player, and it's in pink, my favourite colour. So then, over here I've got all my cookbooks, which I just love having them. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say that I've read all of them. Lots of books, quite funny enough, like books that my friends have written, which is quite cool. Over here, there's a lot of Jilly Cooper going on, classic. Probably the best book ever written, actually, by an author called George Toffolo, named Always Smiling. Highly recommend reading that one. I found this photo in one of my memory boxes the other day, and it's of my whole family in Marbella. I must be about 2 or 3. My mum, my auntie, my granddad, my nanny, my auntie Carrie, and me. Right, now to where the magic happens. That's so MTV Cribs. So my bed is not normally as pristine as this, but as I said, the cleaner came and then my best friend kind of made it look really, really nice. So all of my bedding is from the White Company, which I'm just the biggest fan ever of. My dad said something 2 years ago and it really resonated with me. He was like, you need to spend money on 2 things in your life. 1, your shoes, because you wear them every day, and 2, your bed, because you sleep in it every night. I just love this little feature, because I rent this flat. You have to kind of take what you're given with regards to interiors and stuff like that. But this is what I would want in my home if I owned it. It's great storage. My comfies, my slouchies in here, and then all my knitwear. I mean, which I just am a knitwear fanatic. Wardrobe, here we are. So this is kind of more knitwear, handbags, summer. I used to be just an absolute nightmare with the way that everything looks. But yeah, so I think I'm doing quite well. Somehow I've kind of morphed my lampshade into my hair clip area. I'm sure you all know I'm the biggest fan of having hair accessories. I hate my headboard. I think I even have nightmares about the headboard. I've been thinking about getting it re-upholstered, but when it's not your house, I just think how much money should you spend on a home that's not yours? Obviously, the most important thing, a full-length mirror. I bought this and I'm gonna take it with me if and when I move house. And this brings me on to, God, it's my favorite bit of my whole home, my headbands. I just take so much pride in them. Some people collect stamps, I collect headbands. That's just the way that it is. Andrea, my assistant, found these on eBay, and they are just the most amazing things. So I've got all my earrings so that you can see them. It's a great, great storage method. And then I've got all my bits and bobs. I steal my mother's jewellery. And I need to own up to that, so she's probably going to watch this video and be like, Georgia! But anyway, I keep my comfies on the bed for easy access. You know when you get through the front door and you have to whip your bra off and everything off in 5 seconds or under, and you have to stick on your gym jams? Yeah, this is it. Oh my God, so nice. Cashmere joggers from a brand called Charlie with an I. M&S classic jumper. And this little top I picked up on the King's Road. It was only £10 in a charity shop, but anyway, I love it. This is my tea from this morning. It's pretty gross. My moisturiser because my skin is always so dry, my classic Dermalogica one. And then I keep lavender next to my bed because I really believe that the smell of lavender makes me a little bit more calm. Fine, it's not like a sleeping tablet, it's not going to send you to sleep, but I just find it really calming. I have to have an alarm clock because I like turning my phone off when I go to get in bed. And sometimes it just doesn't go off and it is the most hideous noise in the morning, but it does the job. I'm blind as a bat, so I have to have my glasses when I take out my contacts. My ensuite, I love it in here. It's like my little hub and the lighting is so good for doing makeup. This is sort of my overflow makeup. And this is the stuff that I use kind of day to day. I've got all my perfume here, bits and bobs. I kind of switch between Juicy Couture, Victor and Rolf, Miss Dior. It's a nightmare in here, just pre-warning you. This is like all stuff that I've got kind of like ready for when I run out. And my cleansers and everything, I mean, it's a bit untidy. I need to have a little sort out down there. And then I've got my main loo, which has got my bath in it. I'm such a big fan of having a bath. This is my best friend Amy is staying over, so she's got all of her bits and bobs out. Classic jade roller that she's nicked off me and I didn't notice. I'm a bit of a bath junkie and I just use absolutely everything. Obviously there's loads of Dermalogica. I love all the oils, White Company spa oil. Lots of my stuff has lavender in it because normally I do it before I get in bed. Kiehl's I love as well. But yeah, I just think it's so lovely to have a bath. I haven't had a bath because even when I was at school, when I was boarding, we only had showers. So for me, it's like the biggest luxury ever. So yeah, if I ever have my proper house that I bought done, it has to have a bath in it. Like I would rather have a bath in the shower every day of the week. So now's the second bedroom. Oh, and I put out the dress I'm gonna wear this evening. I always hang things out here so I can plan mentally what I'm gonna wear. And I'm also gonna use my little steamer because it's a little bit, how grown up of me to steam my dress I'm wearing for my dinner party. I mean, this is unheard of. So yeah, this is my second bedroom. It's small, but it's so perfect for me because when I've got guests staying, like if my mum or my dad or my friend, like she's staying at the moment, you just want to spend time with them and I don't need to have a massive spare room. But it's also sort of like my junk room. So this is like a station of things that I need to sort. So these two gorgeous, gorgeous dresses. They're far too long for me because I'm very, very small. And I love it so much that it's got to go off to the alterations lady so I can wear it. I mean, how cute is that dress? It's like my dress of dreams, but again, it's like just a little bit long. So yeah, so these, when I've got, a couple of hours off, I'll go and sort those out. And then the bed, this is all of Amy's stuff. But I mean, if you're just staying over for a few nights, you don't really need more than that. So this is where I keep all my shoes. Yeah, I mean, I've got quite a lot of shoes. I wear like my pumps most days, but like, look at these. They're just so unbelievably stunning. And then in here, I've got all of my coats and kind of stuff that you wear on your bottom half. That's my dad's coat that he left here last time. But yeah, I've got a real mix. Again, I don't have loads. I mean, that really is it. Those are all my trousers and my skirts. My favorite chicken pinafore lives here as well, which is really quite classic. If I could wear something every day, it would be my chicken pinafore, but apparently it's not the done thing to do that. This is where I keep all my dresses. It's a bit annoying because you've just got to kind of like cram in. I think I'm quite well organised. Like these are all my shorter ones because of the work that I do, and I'm so lucky that I get invited to so many lovely events. It's really good to have just a few staple dresses that I can just grab and throw on and know that I feel nice in them. I sometimes sleep in this room. So, I don't know whether anyone else gets that, but it's like a little bunker and I sleep really, really well. That is just about it, but I want to show you one of my favourite things, just the view that I come out in the morning and have my cup of tea to. You can see the Shard right over there. My tea is getting cold and my guests are arriving in an hour, so could you kindly